for one, you got to understand who and what you're dealing with. We dealing with spiritual beings who are having a human experience, who use social media for all types of validation, whether they are aware of it or not. So when people get into the debates about men and women, what men do, what men don't do, what women do, what women don't do, how men bash women, how women bash men, it don't take a rocket scientist to know that something is unbalanced. There is a lack of structure and there is more chaos. But it don't have to be that way. People choose to tap into this lower energy and lower frequency because they are upset with themselves. A lot of men are upset with putting women on high pedestals as queens, who turn out to be slut buckets or turn their back on them, don't provide the helpmate aspect. A lot of women are mad at themselves for not only choosing men that they consider as not shit, regardless of how long they was with them, regardless of how many kids they had with them. They mad at themselves for allowing that man to impregnate them. They mad at themselves for having the children that they had. Not saying that they don't love their kids, but they just realize how further they could be if they wouldn't have messed with this dude, if they wouldn't have trusted them to get pregnant and so forth. Then they also mad at themselves for choosing repeatedly the same type of man, to the point that now they got to go out their way on social media to express how they feel about the type of man that they are used to dealing with, while hoping that they attract a certain kind of man that don't match the frequency that they're on. Because you got to understand something. Intelligent men, wise men, tapped in, conscious men don't want to date no woman that's always bashing a man. A conscious woman don't want the same thing for no man either. But these people pretend to be conscious, pretend to be aware, but still want to send a split energy out. Now, if you're a person that don't care about being in a relationship, that's one thing. But if you're another person that's trying to act like you single by choice, when you know deep down in your heart, at the core of your being, that you want to mate, then you need to stop flexing in front for Facebook. Because the more and more you promote that you don't need a man, you don't want a man, you don't care about having a man, you've been in peace ever since you ain't had no man, blah, 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 less men gonna be attracted to that. You think that's gonna make a man look at you like, oh, you got your stuff together, that's the type of woman that I need. But it's more so pushing a man away, because it's not the independent woman, I don't need a man energy, but more so, what can a man do for me? So men want to feel appreciated, just like women want to be loved correctly. At the end of the day, men need women and women need men. End of story. I don't care what type of individual choose to put a cap on that. So instead of getting lost in what can you do for me, what do you have, how many kids you have, how many times you been married, all this stuff that ain't got nothing to do with how a person gonna really be with you if y'all have a true connection. People need to let that stuff go. People need to stop self-sabotaging themselves and their situations and opportunities before it even get in the palm of their hands, before they can really get a latch on it. Because people create these fantasies and these obstacles and so-called distractions for themselves with their lack of focus, or having this tunnel vision that don't appreciate, invite, nor accept any other type of energy but whatever energy and vibration that they choose to be on, which in most cases go against the grain if they still holding on to hurt from past relationships. Everybody is not like your last man or your last woman. Didn't nobody tell you to lay down with them. Didn't nobody tell you to go year after year with them. Didn't nobody tell you to trust them over and over. Didn't nobody tell you to take them back every time they beat you up. Didn't nobody tell you to take them back every time they cheated on you. At the end of the day, you got to blame yourself for everything you went through. And I'm talking to the men and women, not just the women. Like, we allow these situations. Yeah, we learn. Yeah, we grow. But you don't never lose sight of who you are at the core of your being, and you don't never change up who you are just because certain people didn't appreciate you. And then you ain't supposed to develop this negative outlook on men, women, and relationships, and love for that matter, because it's not working for you based on your love language and your perspective when it comes to being in love. A lot of people desire stuff that they're not even in alignment with. A lot of people know that they ain't as fly as they feel that they are, or as fly as they confidently boast and brag about being, because what you attract and how you live your life and how you go about your relationships prove that. So to some degree, you dating outside of your means. It's like, why get on Facebook and constantly talk about a man every single day? Talk about your kids, man. Same thing with dudes. Okay, bro, we understand you ain't feeling this, that, and the third, but talk about what you do desire. Don't you know they give off a better energy? Instead of going on and on talking about what you don't like about a man or woman, start posting what you do love about a man and a woman and what you do appreciate. And that definitely go for the people who want to be loved correctly and who really want something pure and genuine in a relationship with a mate. Seeing out that vibration then. Because you're going to have to continue to justify why you single, and you're going to have to continue to justify why you can't keep nobody. Because you're not trying to be on that frequency of love. You're trying to be on the frequency of my way or the highway. And it's like, bro, it's not going to ever always be about just you. We don't care how many people did you wrong. That's your fault. You either allowed it or you allow it to throw you off your rock because you got emotionally attached to it when you didn't even have to. People going to be who they going to be. But don't be walking around here making it seem like men ain't this and women ain't this, and just because a man ain't financially straight, he can't do this, or just because a woman got a bunch of kids don't mean she can't do this, or will think that because a man do got money, he just supposed to automatically provide for you and the ready-made family, or think just because this woman always working that she too masculine for you. I can go on and on, like stop it already. People got to do what they got to do until you can come along and show them a better way, until you can come along and be balanced with them so y'all can make each other life better and easier. This ain't no what you can do for me. You come in here and be this, that way, and the third because I done went through this, that, and the third, and I'm not going through it no more, blah, blah, blah. Like, I feel you, but how many years y'all gonna be like that? Like, how many years y'all gonna continue to post this, that, and the third and never taste the fruits of true love? Just stop it. Manifest what you want. Pray for what you want. Sit in that. Live in that vibration and attract that thing to you. And stop popping off like you're choosing to not have nobody when you know you want somebody. Nah, what you're doing is choosing to not be in alignment with what you need to be in because it's going to take away from that pride and that ego that you stuck in. That's what's really happening.